Okay, just going to remind ourselves of all the things we've done so far. So we did a sheet which just showed the current prices, and we used that to do all the filtering. We've got a sales record sheet where we had 4 years worth of prices, and we did various totals right at the bottom, etc. We set up a summary sheet where we added together all the takings for the various ranges. We set up an invoice sheet. We've done some charts. Okay, so those are the bits of evidence on Excel that we've done, and obviously we've got our hand-drawn annotated codes, and we've got our designs also. So I'm just going to talk you through the assessment criteria and just make sure that you know what it looks like, the work that you're going to be handing in. So I'm just going to go through the distinction bits very quickly. So the first one is having detailed designs of your spreadsheet, and we have done that, and I've shown you how to do that as you've gone along. The design will include comprehensive details of layout, formats, formulae, etc. And then it says, and different functions from at least 4 categories. Now we have covered that, and I'll show you what that means in a later AO. And the if statement we've already got. You use relative and absolute cell references for the invoice. Okay, now this particular one is about creating the spreadsheet. So we've created it. You've got more than one sheet. You should have done lots of formatting for text and background color so that you can see all the different areas clearly. You will have changed row height to fit the data in, and you would have wrapped some text, and we've set up some comments to come up from validation. We've got a drop-down list. You've used conditional formatting to remove the NA, and we've set up protection on our worksheet. So we've done everything to do with that. We've done sorting data, and we've filtered that. We did that very early on. That was very straightforward. This one, changing variables in the spreadsheet to make suitable predictions. What this is the last thing that we did on the invoice was to say, you know, how many furry friends things can we get for £35, etc. That's what that is. And you can actually print those spreadsheets out and write on those to say what you did and the results that you've got as a and the other one, it's linked to the cost sheet, where, you know, we had, so if I just take us to the sales record sheet here, it said something like, you know, if the sales were the same as year 3, what would you expect the total to be? And we put that there. So that's what that AO is relating to. This particular one is create at least 4 good examples of each type of graph. At least one good example of a line, a bar, and a pie chart. At least one of these should compare values. They should have appropriate titles, etc. So that those are all in our charts. So we've got a pie, a bar, and a line. So we've done those. And then if we have a look, oh yeah, you would have put appropriate titles on. We've recorded 2 macros. You've set up keyboard shortcuts and a button on the toolbar. Now for this, the keyboard shortcut you can just write on the code of the macro, and the button that you've set up, you'll probably have to do a print screen to show that the buttons are there. Printing out macro code and what to write on it, I've showed you how to do that. Describing what the macro does and annotating the macro to show the code. Those are all items which are to do with this, you know, so that description, I suppose you're just going to write here that this macro clears everything on the screen and you run it using this. So that's what that is. And the last thing you just need to be aware of, because again, these are the things that you need to highlight in your evidence to make it really easy for whoever's marking it. Those 4 functions and formulae which make you a distinction candidate are listed here, and I'll just show you the ones that we have done. So you've used sum, and you've used sum if. Okay, so you've used those. I think somewhere we did a roundup. we've used an if statement, we've used VLOOKUP, and you've used today on the invoice sheet. So we needed 4 of these, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think there's a round up or a round down in there as well. Okay, so that's completely covered. So in your design sheet, and when you print out your spreadsheet with formulae, that's very important to highlight and show, so it's dead easy to mark. Okay, and that's it really. So well done, and tick off all the bits that you've completed, and then just get your spreadsheet unit marked.